Cái bảo mình tu này he percentage ball đều hen percentage su basic na ball ta ven basic su video lecture ni ball ven basic su important này basic su head low violation nó boy đều hen ya so basic su hoi ta video ni lai cái xem hen basic cái hoi important hen a basic head low violation chung lamba ki kal thei lo hen ya so basic ho chu foundation ho chu hoi ta head ngai na so so head teng la bo chun chunga chu all la ki kal thei hen ya so basic video 1 to video 2 then chu available lang hoi ta ni head ngai wai na ti tek le percentage into fraction ala fraction into percentage ti cho convert dan hong chu head ngai in by heart the by heart ding so si chu calculation hong pang de tu nai bol de percentage si type type A tutin chu type ma chi deu hin type A hi viam sau tin sunga hi pp bol de hom masan de viau na laya heading a poemo chu piam ta le mas pa chi bol to sunga hi price into consumption equals to expenditure chi vet ngai chi pa hi epm ti het ngai price into consumption equal to expenditure chi formula a ko na hi problem is that tham khat solvable diu chong chi formula iman cha diu sunga ko na varieties of problem involved diu chong price into consumption equal to expenditure pisenam viau na example ram rice tutte rice hi kg khada rupees 20 per kg tai 20 rupees per kg nangin lakhada hi that consume the volume tale rice hi consumption hi nangin that consume the volume tale let's say 50 kg tutte 50 kg consume the volume na rice chu kg khada som ni hiya so price is ale consumption so lakhat 50 kg consume the bola le sumiat na senam ti lesson sang khat na sen na 1000 rupees chi expenditure is as a price into consumption is equal to expenditure chi sungai heading a poemo chu when expenditure is constant expenditure hi constant hi te ngai le expenditure hi constant hi te ngai le price to consumption amate ni behavior hi piam amate ni relationship hi piam hen ngai sungai hi price into consumption is equal to expenditure ti hoya na so price is equal to pidita expenditure divided by consumption lo dong na ale sungai hi when expenditure is constant chipai constant hi te ngai le so price is equal to say constant ya so 1 by c tau tau sungai chi constant he na expenditure constant he hitibang relationship su piam dizu price to consumption chu they are inversely proportional tinai chi na when expenditure is constant then price and consumption are inversely proportional so hen ngai very very important expenditure constant hi te ngai le price to consumption chu they are reverse to each other all they are proportional inversely proportional to each other nam so viau ti pi sai na ham viau for example sunga hi price 20 rupees 20 per kg lakhat hi 50 kg ki consume tai le expenditure ham 1000 ale sunga hi price khang tai price of rice kal tai zara kalam tai le let's say price of rice increase by masanga 20 to 25 and 25 tai kg khara nangin da sum nai chu sunga expenditure is constant ti na sangkhat chu constant means sangkhat tho chong ki hel lo rit nai chu ale sunga hi sangkhat na ya price rice su kg khara som le chenga ya le sun to hi consume jat na bol tam ti chu so 25 into yat ham 25 kg khara 25 rupees ya le to hi sum sangkhat bo na ya ye jat na cho tam tai le 40 kg lo dong na to hi 40 kg to hi 40 kg no cho price hi increase hai chu ตัวเฮ consumption ของผมจะลองนะและ expenditure จะ constant เดียวยาสร้างขัดมาเดียวแต่ price นักเก็ตคิดได้ตัวเฮ price เ let's say เกี่ยวกับสมงาผ่าได้จ้ะ lockdown จะจู price กันมองตานะคุณนั่งกินสมนี้จะสร้างขัดบอกเสียจ้ะอะไรส่งให้ตัวเฮยัด consumable ตามนี่ที่อะไร20 kg บุ consumable นั่นนะหลังไอ้อะไร price ฮี increase นะฮีหลัง consumption ฮี decrease ให้จูprice increase นะจูหลังไอ้หอมเจ๊ลง price สร้างไอ้กัลกิดอะไรหอมกิดนะ let's say price จู kg ขนาดจะขาดไอ้ตายดูเตะกูเตเลยนสมในจุลสร้างขัดเฮียสร้างขนาดจู kg จะได้โซ่ดูเดต้าสร้างขนาดจู only 10 kg บุ้งโซ่ลงนะ price กัลสักกิดไว้เลย consumption จู decrease กิดไอ้จู it's the bang relationship จู inversely proportional ติจู so when expenditure จู constant ฮีเตงไงเลย price ตัว consumption จู they are reverse to each other ติจูขัดprice ขัดจูกัลจะน่าจูขัดจูกุมเจจูขัดตั้มจะน่าจูขัดจูหอมเจติจูขัดตัว price ฮีตั้มจะน่ากัลจะน่าจู consumption หอมเจเลยนะอะไร price จู for example สุงไงฮีprice into consumption equal to expenditure ติวจ้อง this is the case of expenditure constant ฮีเตงอะไรนะที่ case บอลฮี expenditure constant ฮีเตงอะไรที่จ้องอะไร price ฮี let's say price จูจะขัด kg ขัดจะขัดฮีอะไรนั่งกินสมในจูสร้างขัดติวจ้องนะสร้างขัดฮีสร้างขัดอะไรkg ขนาดจะขัดอะไร kg จะน่า consume ดิตามสมสร้างขนาดจูจะน่าโซ่ดูดิตามแต่เลย kg สมบูรณ์โซ่ดูจ้ะนะอะไร price ของคิดได้ติวเตตัว price มาสร้างจะขัดตัว kg ขนาดสมง่ายตายในวันสมในจูสร้างขัดจ้องนี่จู constant ที่สิว่านะคนละตัว kg น่าโซ่ดูดิตา kg สมนี่โซ่ดูจ้ะนะอะไร price ฮีสักกิโลเตprice 25 per kg ไอ้เตียงไงเลยตัวสุงไอ้ consumption เฮียเดตัม25 40 kg นี่โซ่ดูจ้ะ kg ขนาดสมนี่เชียงไงพันธุ์40 kg นี่โซ่ดูจ้ะสุงไอ้เส้นน้องจุดเพียม price decrease นะ price decrease อะไรลังconsumption ไป increase ลงมาสังกัด10 आता 20 price ของคิดพันธุ์ price ของ decrease คิดพันธุ์20 अपना जो 40 คิดตาจ้ะยาจูso nga so even price to consumption to equal to expenditure chi constant hi te ngai le price su akalai le chi pai consumption hi decrease in tin price su a decrease le consumption su increase hi chang heta bang relationship chu epitium inversely proportional use so price and consumption chu they are inversely proportional when expenditure is constant chi chang chi very important chi het ngai na abana he price into consumption equal to expenditure divya so ngai expenditure pa he constant hello le na when expenditure is not constant expenditure he constant hi lo vile viao so ngai price su kg khada somni tai nangin lakhada 30 kg consumable le expenditure tam 600 lo price su akal kit tai tiute 25 rupees anangin na consumption su 30 ma na consume le to ai expenditure ta 35 is 15 3 to 750 ta so na 750 is your expenditure tang sunga hi chi constant hi lo wale constant ni chu expenditure pa hi constant hi lo wale chun price to consumption chu amaten hi inversely proportional hi lo pi chong hi lo pi chu only when expenditure is constant then price and consumption are inversely proportional betan sunga hi price akal wa nga chu consumption hi lo zula na betan price hi increase consumption chu constant ki hilo na healthy chu price su 25 to 10 ale nagin to ai lahara hi 50 kg to consume tai ko tele total expenditure tam 1250 long na tang chi constant lo cho expenditure hi yat da cho ham a price tung jo kg yat consume chu expenditure chi chong sungai se no mu chu pyam langa expenditure su constant hi lo te ngai le price to consumption su amaten relationship nei lo bi chong directly proportional ang di lo inversely proportional ang di lo so na ya chu chi price su increase wa nga so consumption su decrease di lo increase di lo na isu isu ba chong chi dung ya chu expenditure su increase and decrease am chu ya so when expenditure is no mu chu price into consumption equal to expenditure tina wa hi so when case 1 a chu when expenditure is constant hi te ngai le price to consumption so they are inversely proportional case 2 a chu when expenditure is not constant chi constant hi lo wa expenditure constant hi lo wa le price to consumption so amare so relationship de lo chong no relation tiu chong stand ni het ngai chong stand ni za diu sunga chu problem vet diu chong cha chu percentage topic ai hlut diu ta ya sunga hi ratio method technique za diu chu ratio za diu chong ratio ngi man cha ji diu ratio hi chi very helpful na chi ratio hi za chiang important hai example khat veu te problem khat veu te the chi toy bol du problem ho hi when expenditure constant na hoi va diu chong say the price of an article is increased by 25%. How much percent consumption must be decreased so that there is no change in expenditure? Na, so here price into consumption equal to expenditure. Once again, there is no change in expenditure. That means by expenditure here constant. Expenditure constant here te ngai le price to consumption they are inversely proportional to so khada kalai le so decrease te ngai so is expenditure se gi khel lo chu so here let's say price su masanga 100 taute consumption nang su 100 taute khutale expenditure ya ta initially as na expenditure ya ta ta le 10,000 lo da na to hi price hi increase by 25% telesun price here akal ta 25 akal le masanga zakharia to 25% akal le chun to hi 125 na so there is no change in expenditure tia chu sunga hi expenditure chu 10,000 consumption chu I holo diu chon so sunga ko na x is equal to then cancel le 5 25 5 is 125 25 4 is 100 5 8 is 40 kutale x ta x su 80 ta sula na masanga consumption su 100 hiya to hi 80 hiya le izara decrease a tang consumption su masanga 100 hiya to 80 le izara decrease am consumption su masanga 100 hiya to 80 hiya le izara decrease a 20 decrease na 20% in long yes consumption must be decreased by 20% tonight ai chu masanga consumption chu 100 ai la oya to consumption chu 80 la ya decrease am ta le 20 decrease ong abe su 100 ya su 100 per 20% na chi tools khat he ong technique khat he ong aban chu le masanga su price su masanga zakhat ya le to 25% kala le to 125 abana consumption jo je consumption su masanga 100 to hi ke hello expenditure su masanga 100 to 10,000 100 to hello so expenditure is constant nature there is no change in expenditure the expenditure is constant so sunga then you can cancel le 1 so 5 at then cancel 25 I cancel at 25 5 is 125 25 4 is 100 kotale sunga he 5 in cancel 520 is 100 kotale x at x is equal to 80 so masanga x su 100 hiya masanga x su 100 hiya a to hi to yata to hi x is equal to 80 ya le masanga 100 ya to 80 ya le decrease 20 base 100 ya so 20% na. Therefore consumption must be decreased by 20% so that there is no change in expenditure. So technique ni da hi technique thum la vekil ute technique thum na hi pizza de hom tai le ratio method so ratio calculate bol dus ti bol de hom ve te ratio method tu ratio sunga hin ti bol de hom tai le sunga price at increase at ya price increase by sunga increase in price at ham 25% is on 25% to in terms of ratio fraction equal 1/49 long 1/4 fraction 1/4 means masanga chu price chu cheng li ya le to hi cheng khat akal tai na chu so sunga hin price tutin price sunga hin before now tu ong het hin devin masanga price cheng li hi le to hi ta to hi che to hu khat increase chong chunga pa hu numerator pa hu increase chu to hi chenga ti na chu hi chu khat increase chu for apana cheng khat kala le chenga ta chong abana consumption tu tang set diu kha sunga hi there is no change in expenditure means expenditure is constant. So when expenditure chu constant hi te ngai le then price to consumption chu they are inversely proportional to each other ti luang na they are reverse to each other. So price chu imu ta chu 4:5 sunga ko na hi 25% la ko na hi price 4:5 hi tai consumption chu langa 5 ai pat diu akle langa ji du chong 5:4:5 ele 5:4 5:4 tai ji du so hi chu price to consumption chu they are reverse to each other na ele sunga hi question is how much percent consumption must be decreased so that there is no change in expenditure. Consumption is sunga hi masanga before to 5 ele to hi at 4 ya decrease long is that decrease 1 unit decrease na. Therefore consumption decrease by how much percent equal to 1 or si masanga to comparable di ba chu 5 la du sang sunga hi masanga 5 ya to 1 decrease ale zakhat masanga zakhat ya to ya tam to ya decrease tam pa so 520 is 100 so 20% na si ratio method chong ai le sunga hi khat if ab rule percentage of ab rule bol chula khat chu a to b sanga khu 25% atamai le tinai na 25% means 1/4 atamale b chu yara b chu a sanga ya thomam this na thomam ta le angta 1/5 lo do 1/5 in terms of percentage as 20% ning chula na 1000 bol thei chong 1000 bol thei yang le ratio method pa very very important is chi ha cha diu chong ya chu price chu masanga cheng li ya to hi at the time to hi increase 1/4 25% chu in terms of fraction as 1/4 no langa pa price before to hi khat akalai le to hi 5 na so asin le consumption in ticket due consumption chu price to consumption chu reverse to each other chu expenditure constant hi ya chu price 4:5 ele consumption chu 5:4 di chong 4:5 chu 5 langa before and ji deu 4 hu langa ji deu na so masanga consumption to 5 ile price akal ja chu consumption decrease ta la ya decrease 1 unit out of 5 zakhat la ya 20% decrease na cho aban chute. The price of rice increased by 33.3%. How much percent consumption must be reduced so that there is no change in expenditure na. So yon is adiu chu say banga chu ratio method is adiu chu so sungai increase price ya increase price increase by 33 1/3% is on see in terms of fraction ya tam in terms of fraction na chu 1/3 is on so noi langam pa hi price chu increase ya so price ti diu so price ti diu sunga hi price ratio la diu masanga chu cheng thuma ya le ta ho cheng khat kal long ta ya de ta cheng li ale consumption hi ho lo ki du consumption chu price is 3:4 le consumption chu 4:3 dita chong aji chu price to consumption chu they are inversely proportional is expenditure chu constant la na expenditure constant hi te ngai le price to consumption chu they are reverse to each other ya chu price mu phat wa chu consumption chu akle la mai ko le cha yeng chong to hi veta sungai price increase by 33.3%. How much percent consumption must be reduced? Ai chu expenditure constant hi chu khat sang sang chu khat kala le khat name ngai la na consumption ya decrease some consumption decrease by 1 unit. Therefore percent reduction in consumption is equal to 1/4 into 100. Chi kat ale 425 is 100 equal to consumption chu 25% of decrease hi chang chi bu na bodan chu ya chi ratio method pa hi chi pa heading ko taw very important. The price of vegetables reduced by 16.2% how much percent consumption must be decreased so as to maintain expenditure constant takhat ma chong to hi the price of vegetable reduce it chong sunga hi chi ma sangai bol chu increase to hi reduce is price chu reduce by 16.2%. 16.2% so yat tam in terms of fraction na so yat ngai chula na chipa hi in terms of fraction na se denga chu 16.2/3 chu 16.2/3 is equal to 1/6 is in terms of fraction na ale sunga price ke ta sula price masanga chu cheng ko bia to ai chi decrease is price decrease 1 unit decrease to yat tam 5 units ale consumption chu ise bangwa chu price hi het ale consumption chu ke thei ngai chong ai chu sunga hi expenditure constant hi teng ale price to consumption chu they are reverse to each other so consumption must be 5:6 ale to hi consumption is a decrease tam consumption increase is na masanga consumption chu masanga 5 ya to 6 ele increase tinai ya increase 1 unit therefore percentage increase in consumption ya tam tale 1/5 5 masanga pa chu 100% equal to 20% increase price hi ya chu consumption chu kal ngai chula na i chu expenditure chu constant hai chong price into consumption is equal to expenditure chi pa hi constant hi ale chi price to decrease ale chi khat sang sa increase ngai chi increase ale chi decrease ngai chong is expenditure constant hai chu chi ten di relationship pa chu het ngai na aban chiute the length of a rectangle increased by 11.1/9%. How much percent the breadth must be reduced so there is no change in area so no change in area length of rectangle na rectangle ang chu area of rectangle length into breadth equal to area of rectangle equal to length into breadth la price into consumption equal to expansion sitabang ma chong ya chu si constant here area constant hi te ngai le when area is constant then length to breadth chu they are inversely proportional tinai chu length chu increase ale breadth will be decrease or length decrease ale breadth chu increase ngai chong sungai length increase by sungai length ya increase 11.1/9 11.1/9% so in terms of fraction na yat ham 11.1/9 so in terms of fraction na se denga chu 1/9 long na ale sungai hi length hi masanga 9 here chi length increase hai chong chunga pa hu increase chi original length chunga pa hu increase in length is ko ta le masanga 9 units ya to hi 1 increase to ya tam to hi 10 to lo deong ko ta le breadth chu ya data length of breadth chu relationship chu they are inversely reverse to each other so 10:9 lo deong na question do so how much percent breadth must be reduced that is a breadth hi masanga 10 ya to 9 le reduce long is that reduce 1 unit therefore breadth reduced by yaram 1 out of 10 100 la 100 la chu do le 100% la chu 0 cancel le 10% decrease is on the breadth reduced by 10% na okay panchute le question panchute the breadth of a rectangle decreased by 20% how much percent should be increased in the length of the rectangle so that there is no change in the area na and that also takhat sa dates on and that's a length ya to I breadth is so here dekhat chu length into breadth is equal to area it usula na so if area is constant then length to area constant hi te ngai le area when area is constant so constant so ngai a question like so there is so that there is no change in area this so area constant hi te ngai le length to breadth so they are reversed to each other so aba so ngai breadth hi kipis breadth decrease by how much percent 20% in terms of fraction na so 1/5 ya so ngai breadth chu masanga 5 ya to hi 1 unit na reduce ile to ya tam to 4 units lo do na breadth ki pitch ong length chu hol lo ngai sunga ko nai hol lo ta so breadth chu 5:4 le length will be 4:5 so before and after it's ong before as a 4 ya to hi length increase length hi 5 ta length increase long is there an increase of length here length increase by 1 unit therefore so a question how much percent should the length be increased there so length increase ngai ham ta le length sungai hi length increase by 1 unit therefore length increase by 1 unit out of masanga 4 it's on before apala it's on ya hi 100% na zakhala jatam for 25% increase in length a length pa chu 25% increase this on kuti level area chu constant lo this na khali chu breadth chu decrease ta ya che pa hi increase ngai chu na the je a b rule chu za thema ma chu so ngai next question view there so I bol do here this is the case of when expenditure chu constant lo chu expenditure is not constant case is on not constant expenditures are constant hi low alison price to consumption so they have no relationship nah the price of rice increased by 30% consumption reduced by 20% that's all so ngai price into consumption equal to expenditure tiusla so ngai the price of rice increased by 30% consumption reduced by 20% it's on so masanga hi price hi 100 tiute to I had increased the price increased by 30 means to I 130 to load on abana consumption masanga 100 ya le to I ta consumption reduced by this consumption ya reduce 20% masanga 100 le to I 20% reduce to I had tam 80 load on na so price into consumption equals to expenditure so find the effect on expenditure so ngai expenditure su itiam masanga zakha ya le to I iti tam iva dius on so chikes veutele sunga he iti bol de ham chite ni cancel taute 100 to 100 cancel taute langa 0 khat langa 0 khat langa chung langa 0 khat noi langa 0 khat na utale sunga he noi lang se sikisai ta sula x equal to chite into bola yatta 8 3 is 24 8 1 is 8 9 10 104 is equal to x na long x 104 masanga 100 hiya to hi 104 hiya le matang zakhat apana to hi zakhat cheng li ya izat kalam masanga 100 hiya to hi 100 and 104 le izat kalam 4% calls na 4% increase is on so therefore expenditure increase by 4% see na alo ratio matan veute ratio method nan veute ratio method ati bol de ham tale sunga him price of rice increased by this on sunga ho 30% price masanga 100 hale to ay tam to ay 30% increase ale 130 0 cancel ale amta 10 is to 3 10 is to 13 sorry abana price into consumption chu masanga 100 hale ta ho consumption reduced by 20% chula to 80 to load 0 cancel ale 25 is 10 24 is 8 na cancel ki song 25 is 10 24 is 8 kisunya wa chu ode sunga he price into consumption equal to expenditure ti long price to consumption chu into bola le p move expenditure is on. So expenditure hold out te send into bola 5 10 is 50, 4 into 13 chu 4 3 is 12, 4 and 4 5 52 su neo thei lai chong si su neo thei lai yang le kho ta poi ho long chu expenditure iptiam te expenditure increase long masanga 50 to 52 le increase 2 units increase na 2 units increase on expenditure hi. So in terms of percentage I hold on so expenditure increase by how much percentage increase in expenditure is equal to 2 units out of masanga yam 15 hi long ala zakhala ya ta zakhala 52 is 100 equal to 2 is 4% increase in expenditure effect of the so maybe increase maybe decrease it's on this is the case of expenditure is increased by 4% na so is ratio method see this is the case of when expenditure is not constant expenditure constant hi lote ngale price to consumption so they have no relationship na. Next question is the price of an article increased by 16.2 by 3% and consumption increased by 12.5%. Find the effect on overall expense of the article. Nah, okay, so ngahi price here increase price increased by 16.2 by 3%. That means in terms of fractional setting at 1/6. Yeah, so by heart in katizong. So it is it ngai chu vat ale 16.2 by 3 is 1/6 se he ti ati the ngai chu hotila vale boy ding so le sunga he price su masanga cheng go bia increase ti chong yes price su increase sunga pa hu increase ale to ya de tam price su cheng si gi lo de masanga cheng go bia le cheng khat kala cheng si gi ti nai chong abana consumption chu in increase ki na consumption increase by 12.5% in terms of fractional at 1/8 it's on. So consumption chu masanga 8 ya le to ya tam to hu 9 te lo dong khala kalai le na che pau increase here. So price into consumption chu pyam expenditure ti lo ha it's then into bole 8 6 is 48, 7 9 is 63 le to ya kal tam chi ho lo du chang 48 apana 63 pa le yat kal izat kalam 8 9 10 3 13 ale 15 units kalana therefore increase in expenditure here 15 divided by sanga 40 long na expenditure so twa hi 63 yat kalam 15 units zakhala tam 3 divided down 3 5 is 15, 3 1 is 3, 3 6 is 18. 4 divided 4 25 is 100, 4 4 is 16. 5 into 25 is 125 divided by 4%. The increase is on expenditure increased by 125 by 4 or equal to 4 3 is 12, 4 1 is 4, 1/4% increase on expenditure increased by 31 1/4%. Next question, the price of rice increased by 33 1/3%. The expenditure increased by 11 1/9%. Find the effect on consumption. Chang viet na. So here price of rice. Price here increase price increased by 33 1/3%. So 33 1/3% in terms of fractional yarham 1/3. So price masanga cheng thum hale to hu cheng khat kala le cheng li tlo de abana expenditure veute expenditure increase ti na expenditure increase by 11 1/9%. So 11 1/9% in terms of fractional yarham 1/9 tai hen ngai chong. So expenditure suyatam masanga cheng ko hale in expenditure increase chong to head tam to som khat this song. Sting le sungai head thing up mo chu price into consumption equal to expenditure tiu ya. So you hold the whole of the consumption is equal to beta expenditure divided by price low down na. So consumption hold down consumption equal to sungai si formula za du song expenditure divided by price long price ada 3 in bana chipa hi expenditure divided by price chi so 3 is 9 cancel taute 2 5 is 10 2 is 4 that means we move 3 is to 5 by 2 moves na chi fraction na mela fraction na mai le convert du chong iti whole number ko dio chi noi langa 2 le chi 2 is umang nom wale 2 into ball lik sa yeng so into 2 ball wale 2 3 is 6 so cancel le 5 consumption hi decrease la na sunga hi masanga 6 ya to 5 le consumption decrease by 1 unit lo therefore consumption to is a decrease sum in terms of percentage of 1 by 6 into 100% na so 1 by 6 ya tam in example the 2 divided 3 2 3 is 6 so 3 1 is 3 3 6 is 18 2 by 16 2 by 3% na consumption so decrease it so but na chun video zon chi sau to kilo sau lo bu chong he tim dan abol dan he ting wile chun chom chai bu so na okay aban chu to next type nt means next type na he na tamkhat ki khideu masanga to ai tamkhat ki khideu he question tamkhat na the price of an article increased by 25%. A person purchased initially 80 articles, so how many articles can he purchase by the same amount? Price calls na 25% na so price increased by how much percent? 25%. So 25% in terms of fraction na so 1 by 4 hi ale sunga hin price tutin sunga hin before ji ngai lo het na divin after tuto masanga le to na or now present ang tit na before lo present tuto price before and present tuto the price ratio holo du ta chum price increase by 25% 1 by 4 masanga cheng li ha le to cheng khat increase ti achu khat cheng khat akalai le to ya de tam to hi cheng ngai tai a person purchased initially 80 articles chipa hi ji price ya ji a person purchased initially 80 articles the lesson quantity number of articles I love consumption pa mas to ya consume bolam to 80 articles na masanga 80 articles consume bolale to hi price kal pa to hi consume tam ti song by the same amount sunga hi heading by the same amount lesson expenditure to constant in song by the same amount dan chu kin sumsa kan ya masanga chu til ka choi chu zakhat kan ya masanga chu pen khat som khat man chu dan chu si bu chong question chu pen khat som khat man chu pen ka cho zawam som ka cho dos na 10 into 10 to 100 ale to hi zakhat mama ka nei chu price kalta price hi to hi som ni tai utale to hi ka cho zo de tam ti chong 25 is 100 long na su do su bu chong so case man sa vile sunga hi consumption ti ngutena number of quantity ang ti thei consumption thei of quantity choi nai ale sunga hi by the same amount as expenditure constant hi teng ale price to consumption so they are reversed to each other therefore price to 4:5 le consumption to 5:4 lo do na so consumption hi value ta to consumption to increase and decrease masanga 5 ya to 4 le consumption to decrease long na decrease 1 unit a decrease it's 1 unit a decrease therefore how many articles can he purchase okay chi question chu chi bo ve itin bo te masanga chu consumption chu masanga 5 articles azale to hi 4 articles bo so zo ta chong is price calcula price masanga cheng li ha to cheng nga ta lam price cheng li hi la chu ya consume bolam 5 units to price ong kal phara chu consume bolam 4 units na I have a question a person purchase initially this song initially masanga chu 80 articles and so zo wile 80 articles and so zo wile to how many articles tam this song So sunga hi 80 articles si articles ida tawte na. So 80 masanga chu 80 articles ale at present hi at the time. So 5 1 is 5 5 6 30 4 into 16 4 6 24 4 and 4 64. So he at present he can purchase only 64 articles. 64 articles. See, okay, bansi util. So nga heading up also by the same amount is on. So that means expenditures are constant. He the head guys. Question ban veote, the price of rice reduced by 20%. 20% and a person purchased at present 60 kg of rice. How much quantity of rice he purchased before by the same amount? It's on. A question so head guys on by the same amount tell oh expenses constant he masanga acho zat na mama san tuang hi ya da cho zo the tam ti he is on. So sunga he price of rice reduced by at 20%. 20% in terms of fraction also 1 by 5. Therefore, sungahin price tutin before and present tutong. So masanga price chenga ya le to reduce also price hi is that reduce some 1 unit. Masanga chenga tute chenga ya chengkhat aki ma le to hi cheng li to lo de ong na. By the same amount as the price to consumption, so they are reverse to each other. So consumption data consumption to 4 is to 5 lo deong price to 5 is to 4 ya le consumption to 4 is to 5 ta chong ale masunga is to hi pcm a person purchase at present so present asu how many kg of rice 60 kg of rice hele a question do sum masanga su ja ham che pai do chong a question do su to hi 60 kg of rice so so vale masanga ja na so so vam ti price ki masanga na price su decrease la na price chenga hila chu quantity at chodom 4 units to price 4 units hung hi para chu to tam cho los na so it's on price and consumption so they are reverse to each other when expenses constant. So at the question also at present as 60 kg ale masanga tam this 5 12 is 60 ale 4 12 is 48 masanga as 48 kg so it's on by the same amount to hi price hi para chu 60 kg tam cho los so but ban chu tele. Next question, the price of rice increased by 25% and expenditure also increased by this na so nga hi price and kala expenditure and kala khotele a person purchase initially 60 kg of rice. How much rice he will purchase now? To a quantity pa so na so quantity at the tam masanga chu price hi masanga so 60 kg so over to a price increase ta price increase as expenditure increase ta khotele to hi kg at so tam ti chu. So sunga hi price will is increase 25% increase na 25%. So 25% means price increase by 25%. 25% in terms of fraction 1 by 4 is on. Banting le expenditure ang hi increase by 33 1 by 3%. 33 1 by 3%. So in terms of fraction 1 by 3. So sungat price tute sungai before present masanga price of 4 ya le to I price increase this on increase ti as si masanga cheng li ya to cheng khat ka lai le to cheng at lo de abana expenditure ang chu masanga cheng thum ya expenditure increase lo na increase ti le chun expenditure increase he chong to hi masanga cheng thum ya to hi cheng kala le cheng li ta chong sungai expenditure price into consumption equal to expenditure ti ya sungai expenditure hi constant lo chong constant hi lo ya chu itai ho lo du question ni bolo hi ki bang tim eva aki hit an neo me to chi hit lo vai thei lo I chong so ihon ho lo consumption is equal to expenditure by price langa cha le noi langam lo do na so consumption is equal to sunga expenditure divided by price na expenditure divided by price banga expenditure divided by price or equal to see fraction form arms na. So multiply by into 5 3 is 15, 3 4 4 4 is 16. Mas consumption so masanga 15 ya le to 16 tin na so langa thaji ute consumption chu na. Consumption chu sorry kasumang tai. So my expenditure is 33, 1 by 3% means 1 by 3 tonight. Ale so nga he thaji ute consumption chu yaram 15 is to 16 moves. A question na chu a person purchased initially 60 kg of rice. Initially 60 kg of rice le at present at the time this is a question also. So 15 4 is 60 la 4 into 16 yaram 4 6 24 4 1 4 64 kg to hi 64 kg so da uta so it's so hai na question do so ban chiute. Next question, the price of an article increased from rupees 3 to rupees 4 per kg, but no change in expense. Find the effect on the consumption of the article. CV question. So ngahi price of an article increases. Price increase from cheng thumnia masanga cheng thumya to cheng li tai na, but no change in expense. Expense are constant. Consumption ye bitiam. Price into consumption equal to expenditure na. So price we are masanga cheng thumya toy cheng di tai di chu. Consumption chu yara consumption chu ho lo di chu. Consumption chu masanga zakhat ai la de ta zakhat ai la toy tam. Find the but no change in expenditure. The expenditure ki hen lo one a ki hen lo tin koi ta na or zakhat an koi thi no problem. Cancel one much. So x hold out. This implies 4 inch cancel 25 long 425 is 100. So x equal to 3 into 25 to 75. X hi anoy langa masanga 100 ya twice 75 le decrease la na masanga zakhat to 75 decrease long. That decrease therefore consumption decreased by how much percent? Masanga zakare to 75 ila 25% decrease tas la na. Tang bol thi chong. Ora hi long le ratio pa ja this la price su masanga cheng thumya toy cheng li tai. Ale consumption su ya tam when sunga hi expenditure constant, but no change in expenditure. No change in expenditure. Expenses are constant. Expenses are constant. Price of consumption, so they are reversed to each other. So price of 3 is to 4. Like consumption must be 4 is to 3. Consumption in terms of percentage, increase and decrease so consumption hi masanga 4 ya to 3 decrease long. Decrease na 1 unit decrease song, therefore percentage decrease in consumption is equal to 1 by 4 into 100% na. 425 is 100 cancel aleta 25% decrease on consumption tang bol the so ban chiute. Okay, the price of an article reduced from rupees 60 to rupees 40 per kg. The expenditure increased by 16 to by 3%. Find the effect on consumption. So my expenditure constant na. So expenditure hold out there. Expenditure to increase by 16 to by 3%. So 16 to by 3% means in terms of fraction that's 1 by 6 long na. So an expenditure ratio before and present masanga cheng ko bhai le to ta cheng khat increase long na increase le cha he cheng si gi ta cha. This is the expenditure ratio masanga cheng ko spe na le to cheng si gi na cho ale price view ki ote sunga he price he masanga 60 ya to 40 price decrease la na reduce from 60 to rupees 40 masanga 60 ya to 40 ya le chi sunyau thela 2 3 is 6 2 2 is 4 that means price 3 is to 2 tina hai na hotel sun consumption ni vet ya So if expenditure is a constant hello, so consumption yadita price into consumption equal to expenditure tiya. So consumption hold over expenditure divided by price low down na. So consumption is equal to expenditure 6 divided by expenditure 6 divided by price chiang thum. Abana expenditure 7 divided by price 2. So city cancel the 3 2 is 6 or Chilanga chile 2 2 is 4 7. Consumption he masanga 4 to 7 le increase na. Is that increase 3 units long? Therefore consumption increase by how much percent? 3 by 4 into 100 long na. Or this equal to cancel to 425 is 100. 75% increase is the consumption. So na consumption increase by 75%. See henge percentage type A ball now so isan su tantin kitting le percentage type B ball kidio type A type B ball in kitting le type B ball do he in vevin lang tunai bolo chu price into consumption batang price into consumption chi formula ko na chu problem jat ki bol dom ti pas na chu important e chong ya chu hi chi pas hen ngai yo tunya dingin chinin sai tau tele